Hello friends. In today's Meditation Essentials video, I would like to discuss an important attitude of meditation. And this has a Sanskrit name, which I'll translate. It's called Nishkam karma, Nishkam, Nishkam karma. Karma is a word that we're becoming more familiar with in the West. It's not really well understood or even necessarily believed in, but karma means action or the results of action. It literally means the kind of action that binds us, that sort of causes us to have to keep coming back and learning our lessons over and over again. But the idea, nishkam karma, translates to action without desire for the fruits of action, which is to say that we try to do the right thing, not because there's a big payday coming at the end of it, or because of some happy result that we're looking forward to, but rather we do the right thing just because it's the right thing, and because there is inherent a kind of joy that wells up inside of us when we are acting as an instrument for the right thing, whatever that right thing may be. Now, meditation itself, both the practice of meditation, which is to say the various techniques of meditation that are out there, and there are many, of course. We ourselves on this path have a number of them. But whatever those techniques or practices may be, that's one level of meditation. But the real meaning of meditation is not a practice. The real meaning of meditation is an experience. And often the practice results in that experience. That's the whole idea of doing the practice, is that we will one day have the experience of the result of meditation. But that effort, that action is a very positive influence on the world. It's a very positive influence on our own state of consciousness, which in itself is an enormous contribution to the world. We may think, oh, well, who am I after all? What difference does it make what I do, what little results I may have in my own life? But our lives touch other people's lives. Nobody lives on an island completely unconnected and unrelated to the others in this world. All of us are connected. And so to act in the way as to not desire some particular personal benefit from it is to just simply become an instrument for something positive in the world. There was a phrase that went around some years ago: perform senseless acts of beauty and kindness, or words to that effect. It was a popular phrase. I'm not getting it exactly right there. But the idea was just do something nice for the world without having it need to personally reflect on you or be known by the world, be known by others as relating somehow to you personally. And there's a deep meaning in this, because we can experience much deeper levels of satisfaction when we're not personally motivated, saying, well, what's in it for me? When am I going to get that super duper experience in meditation, as my personal possession? Those things come up naturally in time. In the same way that if we study in school and we do our best, then sooner or later good results come from that. Or when we do a job well, sooner or later it's appreciated and it's understood, and good results come from that in life. We see, unfortunately in this world, we see lots of instances where people are seemingly born into very wonderful circumstances, very favorable circumstances. They're born into a wealthy home. They're born good looking or athletic or gifted in some way or another. And we think, they're so lucky. And then somebody else is born in poverty, somebody else is born in sickness or whatever. And we think, so unlucky. And what we don't see is we don't see the backstory behind that. That's the karma. And the karma that leads into a lifetime. And we think, well, where did that come from? And here in the West, we have this weird superstition that it just sort of came out of nothing. It just sort of popped up. It just sort of was hatched like an egg, and it just appeared. But in fact, our lives are part of a much greater life. And we've lived many lives. And even in this lifetime, we've lived many lives. You think of all the different roles that you've played, from being an infant to being a young child, to being a student, to being a teenager or a college student or a young lover, a newly married person, a young mother or father, etc., etc. It goes on and on and on. All of those, in a sense, are like lifetimes. And so, nishkam karma in meditation just means I am offering myself as an instrument for the blessing of this world. And for the blessing of my own life. Yes, that's true also. But that's not the only and exclusive motivation for it. It's an offering because there's a beautiful phrase that Sri Yukteswar gives us. It's kind of an admonition, as of course many of the things that he said. Sri Yukteswar was Yogananda's guru. In Autobiography of a Yogi, he says, very simply, so long as you breathe the free air of earth, you are under obligation to render grateful service. And if you think about it, all of us breathe the free air of earth. Nobody had, to my knowledge, other than when a diver buys a bottle of air to go down into the ocean, or an astronaut, someone pays to go up on the space station. But otherwise, we don't typically think of paying for air. The air is available to us. Anytime we want to breathe it, anytime we want to take a breath, we're allowed to take a breath. But so long as we do so, we are under obligation by nature, by life itself, to render grateful service, not grudging service, not sort of grinding, unwilling service. No, grateful service. We should be thankful for the opportunity to serve. And meditation is one of the best services we can offer this world because it changes our own consciousness. And we become able to influence people and situations in ways that we can't even begin to imagine. So think of that the next time you sit to meditate. Let me meditate with nishkam karma, which is to say, meditating gratefully for the chance to meditate, thankful for the opportunity to be of service to the world, to be an instrument for that blessing to come into this world. In a sense, we could say that none of us owns the meditation practice. None of us owns the techniques that we've been given. They've been given to us, freely offered from saints and sages and masters down through the ages, and we don't own them either. It's just simply our blessing to be able to use them for a time for the blessing of this world. And of course, then that blessing also flows through our hands and our lives as well. But the next time you sit to meditate, think of nishkam karma. I am acting without the desire for any particular result. Those results will come in time. It's the natural law of karma. Even in meditation, there is some application of that law. But when it comes, we can let that be up to the divine hand and not feel like we have to control it, like we're holding onto the steering wheel of life with white knuckles, gripping it tightly and thinking, no, I have to have my result right now. No, let it come in its time, and it will come. God bless you.